YouTube was It's your boy Zell, and I'm back with another one. In this video, we got Bob Arum is sick of Teofimo rejecting big fights. Exactly. Word on the street, Teofimo turned down a Devin Haney fight from Turkey. Teofimo, there's audio footage of him saying he won't fight Tank Shakur or Devin. And Teofimo, there's audio footage of him saying he don't want to fight Devin Haney on the road to undisputed. Well, jokes on him because Devin became undisputed in the same division as him. Huh.
So things haven't been going too well for Teofimo Lopez lately. As you guys seen in that clip I just played for you, he just got smacked in the face by Terrence Crawford. He looked horrible in his last fight this year against a tomato can who has 7 losses and had already previously been knocked out, something Teofimo was not able to do. Then he gets bad news from Top Rank. Teofimo Lopez, he was supposed to be fighting the end of this month. That was the plan. But now he lost that date, and he might not be fighting till next year. And it's all because Teofimo did not want to fight who Bob Arum and Top Rank wanted him to fight. Bob wanted to make Teofimo Lopez versus Brian Norman Jr. at welterweight, and Teo, he turned down the fight. He didn't want it.
You were mentioning to a fan a few moments ago, you may be in some litigation or whatever with Top Rank. Can you speak to that a little bit?
No comment.
Okay.
No comment.
All right, all right.
I love Top
But
Rank,
is that
man.
gonna
This is boxing. This is Top Rank.
is that gonna keep you, from moving forward in the first of the year? I mean, are you gonna have a fight before the end of the year, or is that probably out of the question right now?
That's the thing that we're talking about at the moment. We're gonna see what they want to do as far as Top Rank goes, and the September 27th date fell off for me, and we couldn't meet eye to eye. And I know they said that I may not fight the rest of the year, so we'll see what happens.
Okay, so you heard what Teofimo said. He said the September 27th date fell off for me because we couldn't see eye to eye. Whenever you hear Teo say something like that, that means he wanted to cherry pick his opponent and fight someone that was a guaranteed win for Teofimo, like his last opponent, Steve Clackett, who has 7 losses. You see, all that time Teofimo was using Terrence Crawford's name, making it sound like he wanted to fight him when we know there's no way he would ever fight Terrence Crawford. Bob Arum basically decided to call his bluff. Oh, you talking about moving up to welterweight and fighting Crawford? So I got a great opponent for you. I want you to fight Brian Norman at 147. Let me just say this. There's many reasons why we know that all them times Teofimo Lopez mentioned Terrence Crawford's name, it was all cap, and he never wanted to fight him. For one reason we know that to be true is because Teofimo is the WBO champion at 140. That means he could have easily moved up to 147 and activate his mandatory status so he can force Crawford to either vacate the belt or fight him. And since we know that Crawford already moved up to 154, that would have put Teofimo Lopez in position to become champion at 147, fighting against another top welterweight for the vacant title. But Teofimo, he never did that. Now he gets another title shot against Brian Norman, which would have been a great fight. It would have been a really good matchup for Teofimo, and he doesn't want that fight either. You know, it's funny how some fans, they try to say that everybody is trying to follow the Floyd Mayweather blueprint. That's so misleading because the people who say that are just obviously Floyd Mayweather detractors, and even they know that it's not true when they say it. Because without a doubt, Teofimo, he's following the Canelo blueprint. Because just like Canelo when he lost to Bivol and turned down a rematch, didn't want to avenge his loss, Teofimo, he loses to George Kambosos, his cherry-picked opponent, and he turned down a rematch. He didn't want to avenge the loss because he knew taking that rematch would possibly backfire and his career would damn near be over if he were to lose to Kambosos twice. And Canelo felt the same way about fighting against Bivol. Both of them are known for always taking the least risk, at least 98% of the time. One of the only differences, though, from Teofimo and Canelo is Teofimo, he's not a star attraction. He can't draw, he can't sell tickets, and that's because he didn't have the luxury of losing to Floyd Mayweather like.
Yeah, he absolutely did not have the luxury of losing to Floyd Mayweather. If he wants to get the Canelo treatment, he got to fight Javante Davis, give him a fight of his life, and not get knocked out. That's the only way he could get on Canelo level. And even then, I don't think he got the complexion for protection. Look at the difference in tone. I mean, we know Canelo has European ancestry. They call him you know what I mean, Canelo, Saul Alvarez. Canelo, I believe, means cinnamon, and they use that to refer that to Irish guys who fought alongside Mexico in wars. So he's most likely of Irish descent with the red hair, and he calls himself Canelo. And then you got a Hispanic guy who's probably a mixture of native and white or black or something. They look completely different. So he don't have the complexion for protection, and he hasn't fought um the competition that Canelo fought. I mean, even though Canelo ducked David, he ducked Charlo, he ducked Andre, but he still fought a lot of guys. Triple G, Bevo, uh, Lara. He fought a couple guys, bro. So yeah, your boy Teofimo not on that level. I don't think he wanted.
like Canelo Alvarez did, which is what made Canelo a star. Because before Canelo fought Floyd Mayweather, he was fighting on Floyd Mayweather undercards, and nobody knew who he was outside of Mexicans. This is when I lived in Las Vegas and I used to cover the fights. And white people around me, some black people, they would be asking, who's this guy? You see, the thing is, once again, Teofimo, he wants to be like Canelo. He wants to be a star. He wants to be a big attraction without having to fight the best competition. You see, Teo, he always felt that if he beats Lomachenko and Josh Taylor, that would alleviate the pressure of him having to fight the black fighters like Javante, Devin Haney, and Shakur.
The only thing is, the black fighters are the biggest fighters in the market that he wants. The American fighter, because the black fighters are African American. The fighters that he beat are all international fighters. Josh Taylor and Lomachenko are both come from European countries. You know, so beating them didn't give him a lot of international appeal. So he got to fight these American fighters if he wants to get that American respect.
But he found out it doesn't work that way. Now he's mad at everybody, including his own promotional company, Top Rank. If you guys heard in that interview, the guy, he started off by saying, you were talking to the fans, saying you're going to take this situation to litigation, talking about suing Top Rank. And I'm thinking to myself, what is he going to sue him for? For them forcing him to fight better competition? T.O. is always complaining about him not making the kind of money that Devin Haney, Javante, or even Shakur Stevenson makes. And that's because he doesn't want to take risk. He doesn't want to fight dangerous opponents like Brian Norman. It wasn't that long ago that Teofimo, he was threatening to leave Top Rank. Now he's threatening to sue them.
Yeah. And just to even put it more on the spot, this is my last fight on ESPN. Oh. Yeah. Because this is no longer, this is no longer, I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. This is why this fight means everything to me. If they want the black fighters, they could keep them.
You know what's so remarkable? Not only is he a racist, but he disses his own promotional company. He says whatever he wants to say about Top Rank. He'll say the most negative thing. And Bob Arum, he refuses to say anything negative about Teofimo Lopez. But when Terrence Crawford was signed to Top Rank, it was Terrence Crawford that was showing Bob Arum the utmost respect. He was extremely loyal to Bob Arum, and it was Bob that continuously trashed him. Even after Bob came out talking about how he lost so much money promoting Terrence Crawford, in response, Terrence Crawford still was talking like he had a lot of respect for Bob Arum. But anyway, that clip was from last year. That was Teofimo Lopez calling himself giving Bob Arum and Top Rank an ultimatum, basically telling them either the black fighters go or I go. And this was all because of the jealousy of him seeing Devin Haney come over to Top Rank and get paid way more than he does. But as always, this is Teofimo Lopez's fault because he turned down Devin Haney fights on multiple occasions. When he decided to fight George Kambosos, he ends up fighting George Kambosos for around $2 million when he was offered $4 million to fight Devin Haney around that same time. That would have been Teofimo Lopez's biggest payday to date. I remember when Teofimo, when he wanted to fight George Kambosos, Bob Arum didn't even want to make that fight. He said it's not a marquee fight, and Teofimo Lopez, he was demanding more money from Top Rank, a fight that they didn't even want to host.
This was an article written on 3kings.com, 3kingsboxing.com. So the article reads, the date and time of the bid is February 18th. This was due to a failure to reach a deal for the fight. According to the champion's promoter, Bob Arum, the issue was not between him and Kambosos promoter, Lou DiBella. Arum explained that there was a stalemate between him and Lopez. Now, this is when Bob Arum comes in. He says, we haven't been able to reach a deal for whatever reason, and this is not a marquee fight. If somebody outbids us, it's fine. I don't care. It's fine. We get a percentage of Lopez depending on the bid. That's the deal. Every promoter.
Say it again.
Arum explained that there was a stalemate between him and Lopez. I don't care. It's fine. We get a percentage of Lopez depending on the bid. That's the deal. Every promoter has that in their contract. And so be it. The fight will happen. Somebody will buy it.
And like I told you guys, Tio, he was demanding for more money to fight a guy that nobody wanted to see him fight. But then when he was offered double the money that he made in the Kambosos fight to fight against Devin Haney, he turned down the fight. At the end of the day, Tio has nobody to blame but himself when it comes to his failures. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one.
Man, I'm tired of hearing about Teofimo. If he don't fight nobody, bro, we're gonna start giving him the Ryan Garcia treatment. Ryan Garcia said some racist shit and is calling out fighters he know he can't beat. And Teofimo defended him. Teofimo said some racist shit and is calling out fighters that he know he can't beat and going turning down fights against people that are quote unquote scared of him. So man, let me know what y'all think in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe. The next time I lay y'all, man.